Whew, we are back. Hi, I've missed this so much. I'm going to be sincere. Wow, let's firstly take a moment to appreciate the fact that I'm doing this and the fact that you are here once again, regardless of the fact that I've been MIA for a very long time. That's January, February, March. 3 good months. Wow. Okay, a little bit of backstory. If this is the first time you're listening to this, my name is Ebunoluwa Olufayo, and I started this podcast last year. I had it in mind I was going to be consistent. Every Thursday, I was going to have a new episode, and then every Saturday, we are going to have our family meeting on the community. Everything was going on fine last year. I was really, really pumped up. I had everything planned out. You know, in fact, I wanted to have like a top up this year to sort of like a physical gathering, to just make it more community like. People who had listened to the podcast and it resonated with them would come together and would have conversations together. That was basically it. This podcast means everything to me because it's sort of like one of the backbone of my creativity, if that's something I can refer to. Sort of like, okay, I'm a creative, but how many things have I created? How many things have I brought to life? Now, anytime I listen to my podcast, I always feel a sense of happiness and fulfillment. It makes me feel so, so good. And even people around me, they constantly tell me it is something very, very amazing. So it just gives me the liberty of having so much thoughts, then trying to compress it into 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, however time it takes. So it just brightens up my creativity. I really, really enjoyed the podcasting, from trying to script, having list of topics that I want to talk about, to creating series, creating series, going through Bible chapters and Bible verses to get my solid points. But sometimes it was gonna be like I was preparing for a sermon, while sometimes it was just going to be like free flow. I'm just doing my thing. I'm just talking the way I would normally talk if I meet someone. Then to recording and editing, then posting, sending out broadcast messages, posting on the community, posting on our Instagram page. It was just amazing. I looked forward to every single Thursday because I would get to hear my voice again. I would get to hear my own ideas again. I would get to listen to myself speak, and it was really, really refreshing. I would say I was my biggest cheerleader because I listened to my podcast over and over and over and over again. I did not even cringe at the sound of my own voice, which normally I would have, but I don't know. I just got over it and I listened so much. Oh my. Whew. But January 1st, we had a very recent, most recent, not recent, but that was the last episode I uploaded January 1st. And since then, there's been no engagement on the community, nothing on the social media platform, no posts, nothing, nothing. We had exams in January, so I skipped the whole of January. February, we started clinical postings. February, March, clinical postings. By the time we are done with clinical postings, and clinical postings would mean that I was not even going to be sure of how I was going to plan my day. Sometimes I could be on morning shift, sometimes afternoon, sometimes night shift. There was this particular Thursday I could remember vividly. I really wanted to record, but the Wednesday I was on night shift. I got back home very early on Thursday. I tried recording, but oh my, I slept off. Like, I was recording halfway, then the script I had written out, I was trying to correct something. I made a pause, then I was trying to correct something. I just left my phone and I just slept off. And when I woke up, I just packed the whole thing that, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I'm too tired for this. Then came last week again. Last week a friend reached out to me and we talked. She asked, "Why have you not recorded your podcast?" I just told her that, see, I don't even have any excuse at this point because we don't have any exams right now. We are done with posting. We just have classes and it's been chill. It's not like I'm going to work back and forth at the moment. So I don't know why I haven't. Maybe I'm just not in the right frame of mind or something. She just encouraged me and she pushed me that I should try to do it, and she's going to keep me accountable. So I tried last week, but guess what, guys? I had a cough. Yes, I had catarrh and cough. So I recorded pretty well, but while I was editing, I was noticing like I was so secure. Like I don't know, is it insecure? I would say. I was so conscious, that's the word. I was noticing my breathing patterns. I was noticing the way I was talking in between. Sometimes I would sniff. Sometimes I noticed I had to pause quite a time to just like cough. And I was feeling very uncomfortable because most times I would record on a stretch. I would not make any pause for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I would just record on a stretch. So seeing that just made me feel like, nah, this is not how I used to do it again. So what I was expecting was that I wanted to just pick back from where I stopped, which now I realize that is not possible. If you've been doing something consistently for a very long period of time and you stopped, you can never pick up from where you stopped. It is not possible. You can't. Nah. You have to redo a phase of like learning to do it and understanding how to do it. Not like a learner, but like you've never done it before, something like that. You're going to make some certain mistakes that you even made before. Because this is like my second take now. I tried my first take. I made a mistake. For the first take, I forgot to, you know, do some pre-editing for the recording voice. So I had to like come back and retake it again. But I had not even gone that far. Trust me, if I had gone that far, I think I would just probably not even record again. If I had gone like 10 minutes in, I'd most probably not record again. But I was like 3 minutes in, then I had to stop. I had to just like redo it. So if you've been consistent with something and you take a pause and you're coming back, you would have to take things slowly. Yeah, that's one thing that I think I'm even holding on to at this point because, bro, nah, I'm not doing this the way I used to before. I could do it on a stretch and I would just read the script and I would just drop the script and just like keep talking, explaining what I want to explain, listen out the points in my head. It's like I have immersed myself in the information I want to give. But right now, I don't even know what's going on, but I know I have to do this and I am going to do this. So, yes, welcome back. Hi, my name is Ebolo Olufayo, and this is the Colors and Light podcast. I don't know if my voice sounded as energetic as it used to, but funny thing is, I listened to previous episodes to be able to get my energy. Like I was always energetic. I don't know where I always got the energy from, but at this point, I'm just going to be starting chill. Then I mean, we'll climb up the ladder. Hi, once again. My name is Ebondo Olufayo, and this is the Colors and Lights podcast. Thank you once again for coming back in. It's been quite a while. And I know that's not right. So apologies for that, but welcome back. Yeah, I've explained the past few weeks, the past few months has been a whole lot. Exams, postings, and I was trying to sort of like adjust, but now, well, I feel like at this point, I'm trying to understand more that there's not going to be any perfect points that you have everything ready and then you can do something. You can just like do it. I've always known that, but I mean, some things will just like creep in and show up. I just feel like I think it's just okay. I take a pause. Me, I think for myself now, if I take a pause, it's always hard for me to get back on track. So I'm not going to be allowing myself the luxury of taking pauses. Maybe I'll just try to fit it into my schedule and work it out. I don't know because that break was too long. It was very very long, and I've been very very worried about a lot of things. But I don't know, somehow, slowly it started affecting everything. My energy, my ideas. You know, when they will talk about your spark, yeah, it sort of affected it. So it just crept in, and one thought, then another thought. I was having everything in my head, and everything just started feeling heavy for me. But at this point, I understand better that through things that I even do that help me to understand and rediscover myself more, they're one of those things that even make me happy. Like this podcast. Oh my gosh, this podcast makes me really, really happy. Like I am always happy to record, to edit, to post. I am always very, very happy. So yeah, I feel so light doing this again. It feels like I've dropped all my worries and all my troubles somewhere. And I'm just like, okay, let me just go and record. So yeah, this is very, very nice. Yeah. So I think this is just going to be that episode where I just explained why we've been off and now we are back. The full normal episodes are going to be coming up soon, and it's going to be very amazing. About the community building, we're going to be taking it one step at a time because it's been a while. But if you are also in a situation where you are unsure and you don't feel as happy or as energetic as you used to be, remember Nehemiah 8:10 says, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." So you have to go back to God again. And yeah, in this world, you have troubles, or take heart. God has overcome the world. So yeah, peace is definitely possible for you, even in that situation. Just make sure you hold on to Christ. Yeah. I did something while I was putting my room together, and that was supposed to remind me about my foundation in Christ. It did, but at some point I just even stopped reaffirming. Now, Joshua 1:9, I'm reading this. Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous? Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will go with you wherever you go. He'll be with you wherever you go. Then Psalms 46 verse 5. God is within her, she will not fail. These two verses, I see them every single day and I read them. And sometimes, I don't know how it happened, that it just felt like it was not encouraging me anymore, but it is. I just did not realize it, or I had made it seem like it was something too far from me and out of my reach, out of my grasp. But right now, oh my gosh, it's better, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And to you listening, once again, if you feel this, you just need to go back to God. Honestly, I'm so glad I'm returning here to what I love. I'm returning to creating, I'm returning to this space. And I don't know what people do to find their spark, but if you know, maybe you should tell me in the comment section. By the way, Spotify actually notified me that they were going to turn off the comment section last year. I don't know if they've done that, yeah, but hopefully they haven't, because I actually love seeing the comments. I got comments the first few times I uploaded my podcast. The other times, people just sent direct messages like that. So yeah. So I'm also learning this, that maybe your spark is not lost. Maybe you're just tired. Just rest, just chill, and come back again. But if you are still thinking of how to get your spark back, if you have any ideas, you can help us, because right now I don't know how you can get your spark back. Just go back to God. That's my own. So if you are listening to this and you are in that particular season that you are not sure, you are a little bit low, or everything just feels like it's very off, again, I want you to know this. Now, this is not Joshua 1:9. This is Isaiah 41:10. God says, "Do not be afraid. I am with you. Do not be dismayed. For I am your God. I will strengthen you and I will help you." So, in fact, you're not alone. You're going to be happy. You're going to be healed. I don't know, you're going to feel it again. You're going to feel so hopeful, so joyous. I don't know, there's just that inner peace that you would feel. You'll feel that nudge. And even though those problems are still there, like those problems are gone, you're going to feel one nudge of peace, that comfort, that joy at the back of your mind. Yeah, so that is exactly why you need to go back to God, okay? So you have that. Yeah. So again, we are back, and this is going to be a very exciting one. I'm going to have to do a crash of series of episodes. Yeah, because I'm not going to let the first quarter just pass me by and I'm not putting in the work. If I missed 3 months, then I have to put in the work of 3 months. Yeah, I have to get back on track real good. Yeah, so I have to put in the work of 3 months and post to catch up with those 3 months. So if you find me having three podcast episodes in a week, just know that I've rested the rest. So this is my time to work. Yeah, and I really do mean it. Yeah. So thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for your concerns. And thank you for growing with me. And again, this is Colors and Lights. So it really feels good that I'm putting in my own experience and even what I've communicated with people, what people have interacted, how I've interacted with people, what they've shared. And here we are embracing every part of it. So the fact that one part felt down does not mean we are going to water it down or just like let it overshadow, the big part of it. So even that small, I don't know, tiny-ish part of it is something that we really need to talk about. So yeah, thank you once again, and you're going to get another episode as soon as possible. ASAP, like you're gonna be surprised by the speed because I meant it. I have done the resting part of it. This is time for deep work. The first quarter is gone. This is time to get started and to lock in again because I don't know the type of locking that I locked in second half last year. I need it back so bad. Like I locked in crazy well second half last year, and some of the would I say blessings? Yeah, some of the blessings, some of the results. Yeah, that's the word. Some of the results I got from locking in so hard second half of last year. I am still enjoying them right now. Like, and every single time I look back, I'm not the same person as I was in January last year. I'm not the same person as I was December last year. It's totally different. So that amount of locking, I need like times two of it for this second quarter. Yeah. So that I'll be able to catch up with things that I did not do first quarter. I had left a lot of things hanging and it has affected most of the things that I was pouring my energy and my creativity into. So yeah, again, this is the perfect time to lock in. So for you again, this is it. Second half, please, second quarter rather, please make sure you sit, you reevaluate your goals and you try to think about things that you can do better because 3 months out of 12 is gone, but you still have the luxury of 9 months. Not the luxury at this point now, but you still have 9 months with you. Yeah. So you can decide how it's going to turn out. You can decide what you're going to do with it. So this is not the time to beat yourself up that you did not do well in the first 3 months or you had certain things that held you back. Because that's another thing, giving making excuses that it was because of this. I made excuses for first quarter a lot of exams, postings. I was also and those excuses are legit. They are very, very valid, but nah. In the grand scheme of things, they are not valid in any way. If I sit down by December and I start evaluating how far I had gone, I'm going to find out that I'll be so bitter about things that I did not do. And those excuses will not even resurface again. Those excuses will not be able to make way to comfort me. So don't let's get there. At this point, sit down, think about everything that you've planned for this year. Which ones have you done? Which ones have you not done? You have to double down for this second half. Let's see the second half as you're trying to like regain what you've not been able to do for the first quarter. If you work that hard for second and third quarter, by the end of the year, by the fourth quarter, you'll be able to sit and you're just trying to piece things together for next year. You're trying to you know evaluate how well you did this year and what your plans are going to be for next year. But you see this, we are deep into a year already. There's no need for waiting around again. Okay, this quarter and the next is going to be deep work. We're going to be locked in. So yes, let's be locked in together. Let's be locked in together. Serious work, guys. Very, very serious work. Yeah. And don't worry, this podcast is going to hold you high in ways that we are going to have a lot of things that we're going to be discussing about. We are going to be having series. The seven pillars. Yeah, seven pillars is coming back. Trust me. We're going to be having the seven pillars back again. And I cannot even wait for that because it's going to be one of the things I'm going to be able to use to fast track the parts that I lost for first quarter. Yeah, that's very nice. So seven pillars is coming back. And we are going to be having a lot of other episodes as well. For this quarter, I can't promise yet, but I was really looking forward to have people on the podcast last year, but that did not work out. So I'm not putting it into any consideration this year as of now. I want to be able to understand fully what I can do about that. Till then, I don't really have it in mind. I just want to be able to interact with you guys. We all grow together and we all understand what our purpose is, understand how to transition through the seasons. Now, what we just discussed now is a season. That season where you are not feeling exactly pumped up to even do things. And for you to be able to move out of that season to the season where you feel comfortable enough to be able to get things done, you are not going to be doing it because you are comfortable enough. You are just doing it because you know you have to do it. And that is why, once again, I said you have to go back to God. You have to just go on your knees and pray. When you are done praying, pick up your pen and your journal, write down all your plans, read your Bible, and get to work. Pick up your laptop, pick up your phone, get to work as soon as possible, like immediately. Get to work. Reach out to your friends, reach out to those you want to speak with, those you want to do business with, reach out to them, start communicating with them, get something going on, like immediately, get something going on. Yeah. So once again, we are back, and it's really, really nice to be doing this. This is also one of the how would I say it? What's the word now? Freestyle, something like that. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, anything you would like us to talk about this year, you can do well to reach out. Yeah. I'm very open to ideas as much as possible. And I had something in mind that we do sort of like one health talk per month. I don't know how that is going to come together yet because we have just 4 episodes per month. But now that I'm hearing you people like 8 episodes or more, it's even more than 8 at this point. I think we'll put in the health series in it. Yeah. So we might have it as the health series or just once in a month. I used to do this health talk every first Saturday of the month, and the organization I do it with, I sometimes used to upload all of the voice notes and all of the documents. I used to upload it on my Google Drive, and one day I was just going through it. I have about like maybe 20 different documents, and I did not document everything. There are some of them that I would just do, and I'm not going to upload it. Maybe I was just tired or I just forgot. So it just dropped in my mind one day that why not just take this to my podcast, and some of these things that we've talked about for the health talk, why not just bring it onto this podcast and talk about it? Yeah, so that's one of those series that we're going to be doing this year as well. So yeah, and if you want us to talk about something you really, really think, if you know me, something you really, really think I probably know about and can share more insight about, so yeah, just let me know. Let's see. Thank you so much. I'm so, so grateful. Thank you for sticking with us. And to people who still listen to the podcast while we were not in action, honestly, thank you so much. Sometimes I will just check my app on the phone, and I'm seeing that the numbers are increasing small, small, and I'm like, oh, more people still listen to the previous episode. That's nice. For real. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much. It's really, really amazing doing this with you guys. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one as soon as possible. Once again, this is the Colors and Lights podcast, and my name is Ebol Olufayo. Thank you for joining us.